How do you think you've grown as a comedian from your 30s to today?
Like this tour, I took a 6-month break off of, 6-year break off of doing stand-up. When I left my Netflix show, I did my Chelsea Lately show for 7 years. Then I did some series documentaries for Netflix. Then I did a talk show for 2 years. And when that ended, I was like, okay, I wanted to just stop doing everything. I didn't want to work. I was burnt out. I had done my books and my stand-up and my shows for so long in a row in succession. And so I took 6 years off of stand-up. And when I came back to it, I kind of had to rebuild my audience and like start. And I've done 3 specials in 4 years, 5. This will be my 4th tour in 5 years.
Wow.
So I came back and I was just kind of like a mature fine wine in the terms of having so much gratitude for the audience that remained, that stuck with me. And then also for the actual art of getting up on stage and providing people with a reprieve from their daily lives and a reprieve from politics, a reprieve from all of the things that are stressful, like to be an arbiter of joy, to be on stage and to look out and see sisters or daughters and mothers sitting there and strangers sitting next to each other, laughing and like hitting each other on their arms. Like to me, that is the definition of being an entertainer, to be able to bring that out, to come out on stage and set a tone and bring the vibe up so that when people leave, they leave higher.
Love that.
So that's why it's called the High and Mighty Tour, because I want you to be high and I will most likely be high as well.
And what do you think makes a good comedy show? Like when we were watching yours, you had some physical comedy as well. I love the masturbation physical comedy. That was really great to me. Like, I think that's great, but it's not over the top at times. Like some comedians that go across the floor.
Right.
You work with intonation and such.
You got running bits that you pick
Your
up
virgin
on.
sister.
Your virgin sister.
That one we found hilarious.
We kept catching
Every time
that.
you said that,
Oh my God.
she's done it again.
Yeah, she was a virgin for a really long time. She's somebody who could turn back into a virgin because she probably spent more time being a virgin than not being a virgin.
Born again.
Born again.
But I mean, it's all personal stories. So I think there are 2 types of comics that I'm aware of. There are people that just get up and tell jokes. And then there are people that are storytellers, and I'm a storyteller. I like to tell my personal stories. I like to take the funniest, most ridiculous kind of aspects of my life and combine them all into like one big story. Like people will say or have said about me that I'm outrageous, but I want to be outrageous. I want to live an outrageous life. So my experiences are real. Like I don't manufacture them. Sometimes I add a person to the mix for the purpose of a story, or I change the location for the purpose of a punchline, but I don't make it up. Like my family will always be like, is that part true? Like my sister will be like, that didn't happen. And my other sister's like, that totally happened. You weren't there for that. You know, like they sometimes think I'm making it up. I'm like, no. So I think the art of like, you know, it's the same with writing books. I'm sharing my personal stuff. And if you are sharing that in an honest way, you have to share the good stuff and the bad stuff. You can't cherry pick what you want people to see about you. Like, I'm beautiful and ugly. I have all of those things and I'm going to share them. I'm not shy or embarrassed about any of them. You know, I have a great body. I have cellulite. I get, all of the things that girls can be quiet about or try to hide. It's like, no, let's just show ourselves. And that's how I feel about storytelling. I feel like, you edit for other people's feelings, not your own. You know, I kind of spare other people, not family members, because I feel like, they deserve it.
Yeah, they owe you.
And they've been with me my whole life. It's like, that's where most of my material comes from. And it's a never ending well. So I don't know if that answered your question.
That's kind of special though. That's like, yeah, you give the ugly, you give the beautiful. And in a book, it's like, there you have it. But when you're on tour, you get to see it affect people.
Yeah.
Like you say, they're hitting each other's arms. You get to see your kind of storytelling in motion.
It's just great to walk out into a theater and just have like this thunderous applause. And I think that was probably a big component of what was missing in my first half of my career. I wasn't as grateful as I am now about it. Like, I want to be present. I want to be there. I want to make sure that you leave here feeling excellent and lighter, and to be laughing and joyfulness. Like, I feel right now in the world, that is the most important contribution and one can make is contributing to other people's joy.
Full stop. Period.
Full stop.
God. Okay, so how long will the tour be?
The tour well, I'm starting out. The tour will be, I announced 40 cities. You can get
40.
tickets at chelseahandler.com, but we'll probably add another 40 for the rest of the year.
Perfect.
So it'll end up probably being about 80 to 100 shows for the year. But that's my jam, girls. That's what I do.
jam.
Are you in a tour bus and you just go around?
No, those are for boys.
Of course.
I fly on planes.
Of course.
Yes.
Right,
I dated
sorry.
somebody who went on a tour bus, and I smelled that tour bus. And there were about 7 men on that tour bus, and it smells like a sock that farted.
Right.
It was disgusting.
Perfect.
And no, I don't know that many women take tour buses, but I could be wrong. But I prefer a flight.
Do you settle into any kind of routines? Because even flying, I imagine tour is very rough on any kind of routine or your system. What do you kind of settle into?
I mean, I'm really into electrolytes. I'm really into that. I mean, I'm not as, everyone's all the water. It's just everyone's always trying to force you to drink water. It's like, I'm so sick of hearing about water. I mean, is it really that important? Because nobody gave me water until I was fucking 40 years old. Nobody gave me water when I was in elementary school.
True.
We had orange juice, milk, and Capri Suns. That's
And
what
like
was
2%
available.
milk.
Yeah, nobody was like, here, have some water. So this whole water thing is like, I don't trust it. I don't know that we need all this water.
See, and I don't trust electrolytes. I'm like, where did the electrolytes come from?
Well, now they say if you drink too much water, you'll get dehydrated. It's like, well, which one is it? And then they say the electrolytes are the most important part. I'm like, well, then can I just have the electrolytes? And
Yeah.
I'll snort those.
and
I'll
why aren't we
forget
just
about
getting
the
those from water?
Yeah, I don't know. It's very confusing. I know dogs need water. I believe that.
I believe in that.
But I don't believe that we need as much water as they are telling us we need.
I agree, because when you go to Europe, in America, when you get a big pint glass when you come to a restaurant, and then in Europe,
set it
they
down.
Put it in
maybe
this
forget
little-
to
yeah.
put it on, and then that's it. They're thriving over there.
Yeah.
Do you feel a difference? Well, I mean, this is going to be an obvious answer, but I'll ask the question anyway. Do you feel a vast performance difference when you're dehydrated? Like, do you feel that water makes a huge difference in your performance?
I don't think so. But they're always, you always have to weigh yourself in. So you weigh yourself in before you play, and then you weigh yourself out to see how much water you've lost. And if you've lost too much, you have to really rehydrate. And so they're always pushing water on you. We have to do pee tests constantly to see how hydrated we are. But whenever I do pee tests, I'm always supposedly dehydrated. And I was like, I was chugging water until I went to bed, and I
Maybe
peed 3
too
times
much
that night.
water.
Yeah, how am I dehydrated? I just don't believe it.
How much water weight can you lose in one session?
You could lose about like 6 pounds if it's really hot.
Oh,
And so
God.
that's
6 pounds?
not good then.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to be losing that. So like normally you'd lose like a pound or 2 pounds, something like that. Like if
Okay.
it's a very hot session,
You're working
you can lose a lot.
hard.
So you need to they're thrusting water in your face.
Wow.
I as well don't believe it, especially when I have to do this hydration testing. I'm always dehydrated.
And when you're dehydrated, do they give you salt?
Yep, you
Yeah.
have to do that. Like they'll just salt extra things. We've done like salt tests too, where you put like a salt patch on, see how much salt you've lost when you've
Yeah. But also there's also water in everything we're eating.
Yeah.
There's water in bagels. There's water in fish. Have another piece of fish. Why do I have to have so much water? Or
the
have some
electrolytes.
salt.
Have some salt.
Just throw some salt in your mouth, and that way you'll hold on to whatever water's in there.
That's her. I've got a thing of Maldon salt, that fancy crystallized stuff. She eats it by the handful.
Do you?
I love salt.
You eat it a la carte?
Yeah.
A la carte. She's done that. She used to be, when she was a kid in restaurants, she would lick the top of salt things, and my mom would be like, before she could
Oh my God,
Gross.
that's
I don't
so
know.
funny.
Started those restaurants.